Well, how's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle today. We have a 4v4 on the map Znaim. Probably butchering that name. But historical map. I saw this, guys. I just got home from work, checking out the Discords for replays. Saw this posted, and I saw a lot of players on both sides. And I was like, man, these are some pretty good players. Have a pretty in-depth understanding of the game, and they're playing on teams against each other, and I was like, I have to check out this replay. So you guys will be checking out with me, and I mean, based on the enemies killed and the losses suffered on both sides, this is going to be an insanely good, well-played game. And even just starting out, guys, so this map, usually the coalition hold kind of this river, border river, and take some high ground. Maybe they push out a little bit. This time it looks like they're actually being very aggressive. You can see for the points here, the 9-point España pushing up here, along with the 9-point UK Portugal in the back, another 9 UK Netherlands, and then a 9-point Austria. Now facing them is the coalition, or the Imperials. So you have an 8-point France 1814, love that faction. 8-point France España, the 1811. 1809, 10-point France, Österreich, and 1809, 10-point France. Oh, yeah, so two 10-point Frances, and the two 8 points. One is the 1814, one's España. Already, though, we're starting to see some cavalry. Like I said, it does look like horse artillery from the UK forming up, trying to get some shots off, maybe trying to snipe some artillery or something, or cavalry for that matter, holding a river crossing here. Now he's going to probably limber up, has some nice good quality cavalry holding off. I do believe he did send out kind of a light detachment. Yeah, some chasseurs, maybe some skirmishers as well. And they want to see what the enemy has going for them. Now look at this already. We're starting to see nice skirm screen from France. A lot of trilliers formed up here. And this UK forward force is looking like maybe they're going to form up here. Maybe they're going to form up and get some shots off. Obviously, France is going to have to be a little bit aggressive if they want to push up. Now, we cannot forget the French army on the flank, and I'm really curious to see what the Spanish are going to do. Obviously, we do have the UK Netherlands pushing down this road to secure that flank so Spain can push up in the defense. But that's going to put the coalition in a bit of a predicament. Looks like we have some cavalry getting charged here. Looks like some Chevaliers charging in. It does look like we're going to have... yeah, they're going to clash here. Spain's going to probably lose that cavalry unit. France getting very aggressive here. Oh, they're going to break them. Oh, no, they won't. The infantry support, though... Now we got more French cavalry pushing up. Interesting decision to charge in. I mean, I guess this is a pretty good decision here. They'll make short work of this infantry, but they are going to suffer losses in the flank from the building shooting. Looks like France pushing up very aggressively here in the center. Artillery from the UK firing immediately down the French advance. Like we're gonna have another collapse here. Oh man, Spain and the UK. Looks like some Portuguese cavalry and Spanish cavalry getting charged by some hussars and dragoons from France. Does look like maybe some skirmishers. Yep, some skirmishers getting instantly broke by some chasseurs cheval. And the French cavalry guys becoming very dominant on this field. We got more cavalry charging into that Spanish line. And they'll break one unit here, but we may actually oh wow, okay, this is looking a little interesting here. So nice flanking charge by the dragoons trying to break that French infantry. Another clash here with Spain and France. More reinforcing cavalry rushing forward. The UK getting kind of close here. Other sides have kind of disentangled a little bit. Artillery setting up for the French, and the French pushing through this grove. Lots happening here. Even a countercharge by the Spanish dragoons, breaking a skirm unit. Holding quite well here on this flank, holding back the French They're basically trying to buy time until the UK Netherlands get there. It looks like the Austria is going to push up a lot more cavalry, as they obviously are noticing the more focused French cav force on the flank, even more shifting to that side. In the center, it looks like France is taking a different approach here than a frontal assault. They have a bunch of skirmishers set up. Got some Swiss. And the UK going to try to combat that with some Portuguese line infantry, because France is just kind of scattered forward skirm screens at this point. Not a lot going on necessarily on that attack. The first real attack may actually come from this direction. You can see France, they're in this tree line, going for more skirmishers, maybe even some artillery. There's no cav. Oh, there's cav. Ooh, they're gonna go for the artillery piece. I don't think they'll actually make that. Either way, though, France probably doesn't want Spain to have this high ground. And they're going to start pushing up line infantry as well here. Getting everything pushing, focusing down. If they can take out Spain, maybe that'll be a huge victory for them. Isolating an entire faction. Of course, the UK Portugal is here as well, supporting the flank. This is kind of a weird angle they've taken so far, but you know, it's not working. Looks like, oh, is that Polonaise Lancers? Polonaise, yeah, it is. I just got some Perry minifigures, some Russian Ulanin. Very fun, man. I'm enjoying. I've already gotten the trumpeter done or whatever, but gotta appreciate the Lancer cavalry. It's very nice looking. So France, maybe pushing down this hill, has got some cavalry, infantry. French have a large open area to kind of push their attack. I'll be kind of curious to see where they actually truly focus. This Austrian reserve army, it'll be able to react to whatever. Oh, look at that. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Nice, chunky Austrian army. I still haven't seen a... This is potentially where the attack's going to first formulate. Maybe the first attack's going to happen here. You see France is already pushing up quite heavily. We're seeing a lot of maybe some focused infantry over here, but who knows? It could be hiding behind this tree line. The artillery is pretty close. That could become quite deadly, especially since they fixed the, you know, canister. We definitely are seeing some French focus here. But they're still waiting. Maybe they're going to coordinate with their allies. Who knows? Maybe they're going to push on this left flank. Nice reserve line, though, being held by the UK. They're pushing even more. I haven't heard any regular volleys yet on either side. Now we are starting to see a little bit more focus here on this flank. Oh, we got some more Polish, some Swiss, some of my favorite lines of French infantry. Yo, the high ground is held. I mean, I'm just seeing a scattered bit of French infantry all along here. Like, they are not bunching up. And obviously, that probably is not a good idea anyway, guys. I mean, there's a lot of artillery from the UK focused in this front line. If they bunch up their infantry, artillery is just going to have a field day with it. They're keeping their troops spread out with skirmishers, infantry to defend. They have not yet showed their hand. Maybe they are showing their hand. Like I said, I see a lot of French troops focused in this one angle against the Spanish. Now, of course, the Spanish are going to be flanked on either side by the UK now. Still, you potentially have an attack from 3 sides against the Spanish. That's where I would expect... Oh, hold that thought, guys. We have a charge here going on the French. As the UK seek to take back this corner flank. And it does look like they're driving back the French a little bit. The French actually seem like they have a bit of a tough job. Like I said, back to what I was talking about before, this seems to be the place where they are going to attack. However, the coalition can afford to fall back as needed, or to, I mean, keep a lot in reserve. They have the Austrians almost there. In fact, if anything, they're buying time that they preciously need. Looks like we have a bit of a cav charge here. France getting in. They're going to hit a square, though, and there's going to be a counter charge by the Portuguese cavalry. And these Lancers are going to get caught. At least a couple of them are. Probably going to get away. Oh, hold on. I thought we have another cav charge going for the artillery piece. Infantry pushing up in coordination. Chasseur Cheval trying to take out that artillery piece, or at least silence it. And that may actually, well, it didn't work right there, but still. This is where we may see the action finally go off here. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean, guys? Artillery. That may be the only time they're going to fire, though. As France seems to be pushing directly on this hill. No way. They're not going to fire. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to see some canister. Dang, France murdering that infantry unit. Going for the artillery piece. We do have the reserves being pushed up here. Let's see if Spain reacts to this. Oh, yeah. There's a painful reaction to that French attack. However, France is massing up quite a lot of infantry and cavalry going in out of flank. Spain seems a little stuck out here. We're going to see a cav charge now going in. On multiple angles of attack here. Here we go, guys. This is the beginning of the French assault. The lines have formed up over here, shooting out with the UK. The rest of the coalition are going to get tied up in a melee, potentially. And Austria's pretty close by, but still, you can see Francis get out of there before they get shot in the face. Oh my gosh. Who's gonna fire first? That'd be devastating. Whoever fires first. Come on, fire. Oh, no. Interesting. France still going in multiple angles. We see here the howitzers crashing down. And then France gonna go in for the melee. Oh, that's a cool shot right there. Cavalry and infantry charging in. The volleys poured in, though, but still cavalry charging into this line. This national militia going to get rolled back so quickly. This is going to be extremely painful for this UK. They do repel some of that French infantry. They have cavalry that can push up as well. In the center line, Spain is just... They're counterattacking with cavalry of their own and infantry of their own, in fact. Sending up dragoons and line infantry. France really starting to put a lot of pressure on them. Over here, a little bit of a cav infantry push on the left flank, but no one's really focusing as much on that as they are here. France is trying to just break the Spanish with some grenadiers here. does appear we have a French countercharge. Or, sorry, Spanish countercharge here. Spain's actually going on the offensive here, guys. We do have cavalry that charged in to slow up this left flank, give UK a little bit of breathing room. Here in the center, guys, it does look like France pulled back. The cavalry kind of pulled back, but that whole center is a little bit broken up. You can see the UK, though, has stretched their lines up to the flank to threaten the flank of the advancing French army. Still not an entire lot happening here. Looks like some cavalry to engage on the flank, so the UK are going to have to keep watching out for that. But the real fighting happening here, guys. Both sides still have yet to entirely disengage here. The fighting just keeps going back and forth. Dragoons chasing down the French Dragoons. In fact, we have a countercharge of cavalry, maybe. This hill being viciously fought over. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Got some guard infantry up in the front, trying to engage with the French. We have a left flank getting pushed. I think the UK can afford to be, maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming there's stuff over here, which is why they haven't pushed. A skirm string, maybe going to push up. Austria is now involved in this fight, guys. The UK are pushing up some of their regular line infantry now. The French expended a little bit of energy to break that militia. So now the regular lines are being called up. Still nice counterattack by the Spanish. They're actually repelling this attack quite effectively. With Austria backing them up, it's forcing the French to relocate a lot of resources to the center and also slowing up their attack. And if they can't attack in the center, it's going to run out of steam on the left flank as well. The UK holding amazingly well against this Bavarian line. What, do we have troops in the back line or something? No. The UK falling back a little bit. They still hold this line with the artillery. They still hold the left flank. However, there is a contingent of French troops in the rear almost of this coalition line. Oh, wow, oh, man, I missed this. Austria going for a countercharge with some of their dragoons, and they've actually regained the initiative as it was. They've retaken their line here where their militia broke. We have more French actually pushing down here. Maybe they're trying to relieve that pressure because Austria just went in and actually seems to have really stalled out. With Spain stall out this attack. Spain has held beautifully. Getting those reinforcements up was crucial, and now France is actually the one who is starting to pull back, probably trying to reorganize their lines, figure out what they're going to do next.
Our men are running.
It's hard to tell. I mean, yeah, the counterattack, they lost ground for a second, the coalition did, but they have regained that ground right back in. Now, of course, French have artillery there and they'll start shooting. It's going to force the coalition maybe to hide a little bit more behind the hill. Austria has pushed up. They're starting to really engage here. They're going to have to be very cautious of all this artillery. You can see it's just shredding up this Austrian and Spanish line. We now start to see an attack made on the left flank by France. A lot of infantry pushing down the light infantry of the UK. Those Jaegers are going to be holding fast. They do have a little bit of cav support. They can always fall back across the river into the tree line. They do still have reserves. So they are not... I wouldn't be too concerned about this at this point.
Our men are running, sir.
Who's running? Why are you running? So artillery did break... Oh, wow. Wow. So that, like the 8-pointer. The 1814 8-pointer. Here on the flank. Yeah, France is going to be a thorn in the coalition side, being this rear. But yeah, you can see France is making a quite a mighty push here. Actually, a concerning. I mean, it's a smaller battle in size. We have some cavalry charging, trying to go for maybe some skirmishers, maybe some artillery as well.
Our men are running, sir.
So that's actually going to be something we're going to start keeping our eye on. You can see the coalition, because of the artillery shelling, they have actually hidden most... Ooh, that's a terrible angle. Sorry, guys. Most of their troops are hiding behind the hill, which is what I kind of said would be the best way to use that. The French were going for an offensive. Maybe they're going to let their artillery do some work. You can see they have horse artillery set up. I believe they have another gun battery back here somewhere. There it is. That will be firing as well. I think it's a howitzer. Oh, what are the Hussars doing here? What are they doing? They just totally smacked into this French line. That was intentional. Now Napoleon charging in for that reserve light dragoon cav. The Hussars could get a nice back charge though. Oh my gosh. Look at the assault. Oh. That was a misclick, I bet. Yeah, look at this. They sent cavalry and now infantry, and France is probably starting to scramble here as they're seeing cavalry and infantry just going through. The Austrians have been ordered to make a French-like attack with the columns. Let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, there's so many Austrians. That is insane. Look at this, the Austrians start. Can Bavaria take this charge head on? That is the question of the day and the hour. Maybe the whole point of this battle being fought could be the turning point here. Now we are starting to see a little bit of a fight here. The Dragoons charging in, breaking some French line infantry down to slow them down. We have another counter charge here. Cavalry maybe going for that French artillery now as France starting to actually hit a bit of a obstacle here in their charge. Now Austria, oh boy, they are making some huge progress so far. They have the flank protected, cavalry going in. So they're protecting this side over here. This is going to be very effective. As just like France is going to start breaking. Even have some, is this Swiss? Oh, here cavalry, I think, did get some of that artillery. It's forcing the French to fall back. That's actually quite a successful counterattack using those cavalry units. Real question is, has Austria made a successful attack? Definitely looking a little messy.
Our men are running, sir.
Here we go, France going for a counter charge here. Nice flank on Austria. France charging in on the flank as well. The Spanish pushing troops over to help out with that. The UK actually on the offensive, pushing up. This is starting to turn into a bit of a decisive attack for the coalition on all fronts, actually.
Our men are running, sir.
And the French starting to break in the tree line here. Not looking super hopeful on this one little flank as Austria just pushed the whole weight of their army into this one grove of trees. Considering they brought an army of about 2,500 men, mostly infantry, at least 2,000 men. I would average maybe about 2,000, 1,800. That's a lot of infantry to focus in one small area. And the French, we're not seeing a lot of French over here anymore. It's like they've pulled back the reserve. Maybe their reserve is over here, being moved to plug in the gap in the lines. That's a nice artillery position. Now France is once again counterattacking. Looks like they may have pushed back the UK, forced them to run out of a little bit of steam here. The cavalry is exhausted, did not be very effective in this fight. There's still French infantry and cavalry back behind the lines. There's a little bit of artillery.
This battle is almost
You
done.
heard, the battle's almost done. I'll hope so. Like, no, I'm just kidding. That doesn't mean a thing right now. I'd say the coalition are looking very favorable. Even if they lose this flank, they still have plenty of time. 30 minutes remaining to still retake a little bit of initiative on the other flank as needed. I don't think that's going to even be a problem. And honestly, I mean, I guess we'll keep an eye on this one, because the other flank, the French are just falling back. The French are actually attacking here. Some extra cavalry that's actually kind of fresh, charging in for some skirmishers.
Our men are running, sir.
There we go. See the French once again picking apart this cavalry that's exhausted. But the coalition do hold the LOC. Austria seems to be swinging around on the flank. In the UK are advancing on the other flank, so they're going for a entire encirclement on two sides here. They've broken through on the center and on the right flank. Well, if we're off from the coalition perspective, the center and right flank has caved, and the left flank is still holding. It's a little rough on the flank, but I think we're about to see some more coalition assistance here on the left. Ooh, this cavalry getting shredded up by the guard.
Our men are running, sir.
Uh-oh. That horse artillery may finally break. Nope. They're gonna fire. Oh, that kid's so close to firing. Dang, the artillery got knocked over by some cavalry. Uh-oh. Yeah, France has actually been quite decisive here. Now, France is entirely retreating here. They may be trying to reform here with their allies. On this side of the river, Austria could definitely try to cut them off. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that and see if that actually does play out. Oh, the horse artillery came back. Oh, no way.
This building has fallen to the
Are
enemy.
they gonna fire in time? They could. Oh, they're gonna die for sure this time. Oh man, France is just boxing in this UK. And that whole flank breaks. So yeah, the Imperials actually may take this whole section of the river finally, after the UK held on for so long, especially since they were fighting in 2 spots at once. It may have actually ended up paying off in the long run. This other UK Netherlands, they're using their heavy cav and just running down as many of the French troops as is humanly possible here. Boy, is it working.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, Austria's doing their best to keep the French apart. We'll see how well that works. So far, so good. The French have been forced more towards this LOC, and that may be actually where they're going to go. The rest of this French army is going to have to make some decisions here. Now, of course, we have what looks like the demise of the UK. But they're holding off as best they can. They're just being absolutely surrounded. Now, they broke some more French cavalry. They've broken quite a lot of cavalry, actually. They've done quite a lot of damage. See, they're actually starting to break a little bit of this French. Man! More cav, of course. Wellington is trying to hold his men together. Shoot, I mean, France may finally win, but man, they're not going to have much of an army left. And over here we have the French marching to the assistance. Austria driving once again another wedge in between the lines. UK surrounding this French army. France kind of making a last defense here by this town. This UK Netherlands is so healthy still, though, guys. They have so many troops left. Insane. Even the militia that broke at the very beginning seemed to have come back. No way. Another bayonet charge by the Spanish. Over here, the UK are holding. Well, they're probably not going to for very long. Wellington is dead. And that will be the death of this famous general. I'm not sure where he died. Doesn't truly matter. Doesn't truly matter.
Our men are running, sir.
Man. This French line is trying to make a stand next to the routing troops. Kind of rough. But once again, guys, LOCs are still held by the coalition, and they have won quite significantly on all other theaters here. You can see here the French are on their last leg here, as it were. I mean, there is some cavalry trying to make a move, maybe. I don't see this working unless they forget to form square. And if they're really busy doing other things. Dang. Is this what Ledoux? Oh man, this heavy cav should have been around. Heavy cav's trying to do something here, guys. Oh, they're gonna run out of steam pretty quick here. Austrians are flanking. Yeah, they're shooting them in the flank. It's over. Man, Spain going in still. And, yeah, it does look like, the only French over here are starting to push over towards this side. The rest of the French here are going in for a melee with what is left of their men. Oh, we have infantry, some brave line infantry going for the artillery piece. So we have some Saxon light infantry.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
I like how the French are not giving up. Even though things are looking pretty bleak, they are still refusing to give up. They're trying to dish out as much damage as is humanly possible here. The only French line that is left is the one that was fighting over here against the UK, and I can guarantee you they are probably pretty badly hurt. Probably not a lot of, you know, steam left in any of these armies here. That's why I'm fast-forwarding here at this point. What looks like the rest of this French army is about to get surrounded here. They may have a cav charge. A glorious last cav charge. It actually is quite effective here, but won't be enough, I suspect.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
They're going to break. There goes that French army. The only other French army now is this one, which the UK is starting to pursue. The general down. And, yeah. We may, at this point, unless something changes, guys, I may just skip to the end and just see the results. But well played by both sides. This will be a coalition victory by LOC and by team deathmatch. I guess that's the word you would call it. By deathmatch. Just defeat another enemy. But if this French army puts up a bit of a fight, then maybe I'll just, you know, I won't skip ahead. But we'll see in a second, guys. I'll start the recording if it... gets good. Alright guys, I probably should have started recording sooner because this cannon here has been getting some wicked canister shots in both directions several times. Just an insane amount of kills on this one artillery piece. But you have the coalition pushing up here to try to help. You can see the canister, though. It is wicked. It is just killer. Probably going to go for this unit right here. This poor 103. Oh, actually, the hill's helping him out. Now, this one shot is probably going to do a lot of damage. Oh, that's going to break him. Holy cow, man. Artillery's making this a lot closer than it should be. I mean, where's all the coalition? This artillery is being a pain, man. It's insane. Granted, all you gotta do is hold out and they have all the LOCs. They'll be fine. They marched all their troops to different places to make sure LOCs were taken. Battle battalion. Push up on the infantry. Pretty soon this artillery will only kill one unit before the other one makes it. Still, the artillery is going to be painful on this coalition. Okay, this artillery is gonna win the Imperials this line fight if the coalition can't do something about it. Now they're gonna push up some more infantry again. Oh, if they fire, then you can run. Here we go. They fired, guys. That may be it. We will see. I don't know, actually. Oh no, these brave troops are just dying. Gosh, this artillery is winning them the battle so quickly. Gotta run around them. I think France is actually gonna hold this flank again. They'll win by LOC, I'm sure. Coalition keep charging frontally into the artillery piece. They just keep not making it. Oh, there we go, though. No, they're wavering. They may break. Then it's gonna be all for nothing. Oh my gosh. This has turned comical, man, with this artillery piece. This artillery piece is gonna have an insane amount of kills here. I love how the troops just keep breaking as soon as they get close, or just, you know, canistering. These guys are gonna fire too. And these guys, and they're not going to make it again. They're not going to make. Oh, maybe they will finally. Nope. They're not going to make it either. Oh my gosh. And they got them off their artillery piece. Still, I think that'll finally be the battle there. That was just hilarious. That the coalition could not deal. Now, they did take out the artillery, but they could not deal with that artillery piece for the longest time. Guys, they killed hundreds of men. Hundreds of men.
We have killed their general.
That will be the end of the battle.
Must break.
You can see this was sent in by the UK 9 Portugal. I am Razor. You can see he got some good kills. Some of his Royal Veterans, Dragoons, Brunswick, Jaegers. But let's pull up the results here so you guys can see. You have Lewis playing as the 9 Austria, got 1574 for the kills. You have Razor with the 1404 as the UK. Hello as the Spain with 1012, and then Prince of Orange is the other UK Netherlands with 1306. Other side, you have Lons 8-point France with 1120 for the kills. Data L is 8-point France España with 1921. Chain is 10-point France in 898, and then Hez, 10-point France with 1414 for the kills. You can see, guys, some very, very nice kills on both sides. Even for the French losing, they actually got more kills. At least some of the troops got more kills than the other side did. So it ended up being very, very well played. Very enjoyable game. Glad I spotted and grabbed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And as always, I will catch you all in another video.